Okay, previously we talked about the different uses in future tense, right? Now I want to review those uses by asking you to do activity 11 on page 47. So everyone, could you do activity 11 on page 47? And when you fill out the answers, I would also like you to identify which use it is to help you process the lesson. Also to check whether or not you understand what future tense is all about. Okay? Alright, I assume that you just finished what I just assigned, so let's go over the answers. I don't want that to be me because I think home cooking means a healthier diet, so what learn? So this person wants to learn how to cook because cooking can provide people a healthier diet. So the usage here is future be going to, okay, be going to. So we use be going to talk about plans and intention, and her intention is to learn cooking. My friend's aunt is a chef and she's agreed to teach me my lessons next Thursday. So here, start next Thursday. We will use the present tense to talk about scheduled events in the future. She says she want me to make spaghetti bolognese. So here, might, okay, is a possibility. Okay, we use might to talk about possibility. She might teach me, okay, to make spaghetti bolognese, but I'll probably ask her if we can do something vegetarian because I don't like touching raw meat. So this is her hope, her wishes. We will use the auxiliary will to talk about it. Okay? So this is from Anna on page 47, activity 11. Now let's move on to Fumio. I've never cooked in my life and I never going to. So this is his intention. He is quite adamant on this point that he is not going to cook at all. What in within with friends next week and they're all learning to cook. So here I'm moving in with friends next week. So this is his arrangement. You would choose, okay, the present continuous to talk about future arrangements. I'm sure their skills on me. They'll practice. So this is his belief. You can tell from the adjective sure here. Okay, so we will use the auxiliary will to talk about someone's beliefs. And after words like when or as soon as, we will use the present tense. Okay, I'm hungry. One more, and it's about Mohammed. I've never thought about it, but I probably, so you see the word probably, so here, learn. So his plans, okay? So you will use the auxiliary won't. Unless, so whenever you see a word unless, you will use the present tense, okay? After it. Right now I live at home, but when I live on my own, I might get more interested in cooking. So this is a possibility. Of course, you use the auxiliary might to talk about it. It doesn't look very hard though, so I'm sure it up fast. So I'll pick it up fast. So you see the word sure here. It's a belief. You will use the auxiliary will to talk about it. So here, not too difficult. You have options to choose from. So between these two options, you should know that you are making the choice with an awareness of how to use the future tense for different uses. Okay, for different uses. Now, for today, we need to talk about future continuous. Okay, we need to talk about future continuous. Could you turn to page 50? So we use the future continuous to talk about an activity that will be in action at a specific time in the future. So it's quite similar to the present continuous, just the time zone is different. Now we're talking about something you will do at a specific time in the future. Some example sentences will be, she will be watching some crappy television shows at 5:30 in Starbucks. So this is a future situation. When you go to Starbucks at 5:30, she will be there watching some crappy television show. So my question is, if you see her at 5 in Starbucks, will she be watching TV? No. Okay, she will be watching TV at 5:30. And future perfect, to talk about an activity that will be done by a particular time in the future. Okay, so for example, the teacher will have finished reading your assignments by next Wednesday. So before next Wednesday, the teacher will finish reading everything. So my question is, if you visit Tron class next Thursday, we'll see the score? Yes, because everything is done by Wednesday. And the pattern for future perfect is will and have in the past participle. Okay? So now let's do some practice. Could you go to page 51? So 51, we have a passage about a food fair. So let's take a look at it together. Just wanted to let you know what we this weekend. So this weekend is not there yet. Okay, so we're talking about the future. So here for the first one, you need to use future continuous. Remember the World Food Fair last year? We're going again. If it's like last year's, by the end of the weekend, so by the end of the weekend is an indicator that tells people that you need to use the future perfect. Okay, I will have tried all sorts of strange snacks. So after the weekend is over, you will have tried everything at the food fair. Apparently this year they are promoting insects, but any ants. I won't be eating any ants. So this person is talking about when he is there, he will not do this. Even if they are covered in chocolate. What about you? Your school project. Will you be doing your school project? So this person is asking another person's plan for the weekend. Do you think you before Monday morning? So before is another indicator that we need to use the future perfect. So before Monday morning, will you be done with something? So you will have finished, okay, before Monday morning. Good luck. I might by then. I won't have finished mine by then. Okay, so this person says by Monday morning, he will not have been done with the project. Okay, so this is a simple practice, okay, about future continuous and future perfect. Okay, future continuous and future perfect. Okay, now let's go back to activity 4. So activity 4, it says complete the rules for making predictions with these verbs that match the rules with the excerpts A to F in the grammar box. So the first one, to make prediction when there is a clear reason in the present for the prediction. So of course we use be going to when you are sure about something. So the keyword here is a clear reason. And the excerpt should be E. Okay, we can see that figure is going to rise. Okay, so the excerpt is from activity 1. We will talk about activity 1 next. To make prediction that we believe are true, so it's about belief, often with verbs like think, expect, imagine, know, adverbs like definitely. So for this one, you will use the auxiliary will. And the excerpt for this is excerpt C. They think we will run out of food. So you see the word think, and you will use the auxiliary will to talk about what you think. Number 3, to talk about future things that are certain to happen. So certain to happen, you will use will. Okay, so you can see certain to happen is not as strong as a clear reason. Okay, so that's why we don't use be going to here. So excerpt F is for this one. We won't have enough of these resources. If we are less certain that the prediction is true, you will also use may or might because this is just a possibility. So to talk about possibility, B is talking about possibility. We may be able to find our protein from somewhere else. And then the fifth one, the what is talk about and is used to talk about an action that you know or think will be in progress at a certain point in the future. So we just talk about it, right? So this is future continuous. So excerpt D is future continuous. We will all soon be eating insects. And finally, which tense is used to talk about an action that will be finished before a particular time in the future? It should be future perfect. And excerpt A is using the future perfect by 2050. So I strongly recommend you circle by 2050. This is another marker that shows you this is going to be a sentence using future perfect. Okay, now let's go back to activity 1 to wrap up again. Okay, so there are more than 7 billion people on the planet, and what? So it's about 7 billion people on the planet. So which sentence is about this? E. We can see that figure is going to rise. So figure here refers to the 7 billion people. And what? And experts are worried. So we need to choose something about what the experts are worried about, right? So A, by 2050, the human population will almost certainly have grown to 9 billion. So the experts are worried about the growth in population, are worried. And let's see the following sentence to decide what we need to put in here. People in developed country get most of their protein from animals like chickens, cows, but these animals need a lot of land, water, and food to live. So which sentence is about this situation here? Is of course C. They think we will run out of food, okay? Because a lot of people are fighting for the same thing, okay? And we also need to see the following to decide what to fill in here. As the world population grows and more people want to eat this kind of meat, so we need to fill in F. We won't have enough of these resources because, so as here means because the population grows and more people want to eat this kind of meat. More and more people are fighting for the same resources, but the resources are limited. But there's a chance that, so for after but, we need to fill in, but we may be able to find our protein from somewhere else. There's a chance that we will all soon be eating insects. So it is suggesting that for the future, people are fighting for limited protein. Then this kind of situation might encourage people to consider eating insects as an option. Okay, so I believe the practice today can help you know a bit more about the future tenses. We introduced 2 more tenses today, future continuous and future perfect. Okay, so if you still don't know them that well, go back to our lecture and practice to review. Okay, to review. And this is the topic for you to choose from, okay, for response 3, writing response 3. Just choose one, okay, just choose one. So the first one is travel is the only thing you buy that makes you richer. Do you agree or disagree with it? So start your paragraph with a clear topic sentence. I agree or disagree that travel is the only thing we buy that makes us richer for the following reasons. So to be more specific, you can list the reason here instead of giving the number. Another topic you can work on is, should schools teach students how to cook? Okay, and to respond to this topic, you should start your paragraph with a topic sentence like this. Schools should or shouldn't teach students how to cook because. And to develop your paragraph, you can consider using either PO or Oreo. But for For me, I would strongly suggest you use Oreo since two questions are argumentative. You both need to choose sides, yes or no, agree or disagree, right? So Oreo should be the best option here. Okay, so that's it for the lecture today. Thank you for your participation.